Oh, our fucking yum yum sauce.
Yeah, I just hit record.
Oh.
Yes, good job. Good job. That's why we got bleep, 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 bleep. I downloaded the new ringtone, or not ringtone, but audio clip of bleep, just for this.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Good job.
Good job.
Good job, Justin. It's all Justin.
Yep, so we can get rid of all this stuff.
Just for you.
All right. Gotta think about what I'm gonna say.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, this is normally what I do. I just sit here and say, what am I gonna say?
What am I going to say now?
What am I gonna say now?
I know one thing, it's late.
Dedicated.
Dedicated.
It is only 10:30.
Tuesday, November 19th.
What? November 19th? Yep.
Tuesday, November 19th.
Tuesday, November 19th. And we're at the Dunes Golf Club with Chad Kinzer. And Mo, how do you say your last name? Because I know I'm going to screw this up.
Rat tip.
Rat tip.
Tip.
Like rat tip.
Right.
Like a rat tip.
Never pronounced that right.
Sorry, man.
Would have never.
Like a rat tip.
Don't worry.
Yeah. No, that's all good. And Jake Teeter. And Justin, your last name, is it King?
King, yep.
Is it really King?
Yep, Justin King.
Man, I don't know why. I was thinking it was King, and then I was like, no, there's no way that's right. It's not Justin King. It's Justin something else.
Queen.
No, it's Justin King. And Brian Eplin. And yeah, anyway, we're here for the, what is the official name? The
Carolinas.
Show? Conference?
And
Conference
trade
and trade show?
Trade
Conference and trade show, big TTAC meeting of the minds. How many people do we have in class today? It was up there. How many did we have after lunch?
Probably about 40.
And then
47.
how many did we have after the raffle drawing? Because it just kept going down.
Well, okay, so it was a little better after lunch. I think everybody was pretty much, they were still after lunch, but I'm pretty sure after the raffle,
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, gone.
We'll see how many people are there after Tuesday.
Yeah, tomorrow it won't be as full.
Yeah.
Which is odd, because you think, I mean, with you having the new class and Mike being there with the updated class, I would think that'd draw a crowd.
No, I mean,
We're the
honestly,
only ones that know.
the last day of the show is always the last day of the show, and it doesn't matter if it's the Carolina show or the national show or whatever kind of show it is. The last day is the last day, and people want to leave early. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm all for staying to the end. But most people don't like to do that.
Well, I mean, I came down here to go to this and educate myself, so staying to the end just makes sense to me. But I suppose if you're a guy that's got to drive a certain distance, I mean, maybe.
Well, you're staying until Thursday anyway, so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they do the option for Tuesday only. Like, you can pay for a Tuesday only package. Yeah, so some guys do that.
Yeah, you get like a $10 break. Yeah,
It's more than
Tuesday.
that.
Well, I think it's only for the show, though. That's for the show. Like, you can do the conference, just one day, but there's still the classes. I think it'd be the full, both days. I don't know. I don't know.
I just clicked all the boxes and submitted the invoice.
Yeah, that's the best way. Take it from Mo. You heard it here. Click all the boxes, send in the invoice.
That's great.
Just make sure you got a PO number to go with it.
Jake. He's looking at the conference.
Yeah.
paper.
What are you figuring out over there, Jake?
I don't know how you can see it through the freaking earpieces.
You open the glasses up before you try to look.
I wish we had video for that one.
Yeah, we need to get the video going.
$195 for the full package.
$195 for the full
That's
package.
not too bad. Tuesday only is
$185.
65, so you save $30.
$30. See, $30. $30
Well,
saving.
Tuesday's a long day, though.
Yeah. No, it is.
Tomorrow's
a long
a
day.
real short day.
Yep, for sure. What was the most interesting thing y'all seen? And we'll go one at a time, and we're going to start with Chad.
Most interesting thing we've seen at the show.
Yeah. Whatever.
Dinner.
I don't. My face. Whatever. I don't care.
Most interesting thing.
Or,
I really like the
or
steel.
What'd you learn?
The steel presentation was really good. I was out talking to them after we were all done, and I like the zero turn, electric zero turn they have. That's pretty neat. We were out there checking it out. They have a blower attachment for the front of it and everything. And interested me because we try to blow off the parking lot with one of those big Skag stand-on blowers, and that thing's so loud. We actually had the hotel across the Swash call and complain. It was waking up hotel patrons, and we're like, okay. So I mean, that would be something. I think it would cut down on noise.
So they had it here? The
Yeah, it
zero
was sitting
turn?
out. It was sitting outside.
Yeah, I missed it. Dang.
Yeah, they had the zero turn, and then they had the sit down one, and they also had the one you stand on. They were both there, and I was talking to them, and I guess they do 8 hours, but it depends on if you're just doing a maintenance cut or if you're doing like, cutting a whole bunch of grass. Sorry. So if it's a whole bunch of grass, he said it'll probably, I mean, there's no set like how much it changes it, but he said that it'll change the time that obviously the draw on it would be a lot more, so it'll be less time.
So if they were mowing a lot of grass,
Yeah.
it wouldn't run as long.
He said it's 8 hours. 8 hours on like a maintenance cut. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
run ours
Yeah, I
ever
mean,
for 8
hey,
hours in
yeah.
a day like that.
Right. I know our operators don't operate for 8 hours a day.
Sitting down and watching a lot.
Yeah, they're on their phones for at least an hour a day in the woods somewhere.
Yeah, that's on the problem. One of our guys, he used to do that all the time. Picking up golf balls in the woods, he'd get all kinds of crap stuck underneath the blades.
What do you think, Mel?
I like Kayla's presentation about CTEM attesting, and it was a lot more than I thought it would be, like just the fire extinguisher part, where the sign should go instead of just having them there to check a box again. But yeah, so that gives me like, the next year something to work towards, because this year will be my second year, and then my third year will be following after that, so I'll be ready for that.
You got your EMC 1 and 2?
And I got the
Yeah.
study guides and all that, just need to sit down and do them.
You can do them, they pay for 2 classes a year
What do you mean?
at T-Tech. If you can register to take classes, you can do 2 classes a year. They'll send you the books, and you can go take the test. 2 of them a year they do.
Oh, well, you can take them online.
Right, sure you can, but you don't have to pay for them. The GCSAA pays for them.
Oh,
The Carolinas.
my city pays for 'em.
Well, sure, my work paid for ours too, but
But you moved stuff at T-TAC and got yours paid for
most of them.
Yeah.
instead of getting your club
Most
to
of them.
pay for them. Yeah, okay.
I did like
Makes sense.
6 of them.
Oh, yeah, and the other thing, R&R has that program still, where they you get a credit basically of $115 to pay your GCSAA dues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody know about that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Jake?
Jake? Nope, Jake didn't know about that.
Didn't know about that.
Yep.
Jake pulls
Did
the
you do
flags
that?
out on the triplex. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. I think that was my first year.
I was
here.
telling that story the other night. I don't know who I was telling that to, but it was so funny. We were just dying laughing. Remember that?
No.
We were all sitting around the table having a good time talking, just whatever. And you're like, yeah, I was doing, I don't even remember what you were trying to do. And I'm trying to drive across the green and pull the flag out off the mower. And we're all like, what? You're like, what, man? That's the way I was taught to do it.
Yeah. No, that's a big, big no-no
Whew.
at most places.
That's how we do things.
Doubling down.
Yeah,
He's not giving up.
that's funny.
Did you at least have your seatbelt on?
He might even have had flip-flops on.
PPE.
Crocs.
Safety flops.
Steel bottom flops.
With the bottle opener.
When I worked for Jerry Pate, I was at Georgia Southern University, and I don't remember, he was a coach of some sort, and I don't remember what coach he was, but he got a brand new 3500, and I don't remember why I was out there, but I'm talking to the guy, and he said, the only problem I have with this mower is when I put my beer in the cup holder, grass gets in my beer. And yeah, this is, I just can't deal with it. So he had come up with his own. I forgot about that from last
Jinxism.
year. No,
The
the
fridge.
yeah, the
Oh.
refrigerator running
Freezer, whatever.
I
or
cannot
freezer
believe
or
it.
whatever it is. Oh, plug it.
Does it have an alarm?
That is the alarm.
Well, it's good to see they got it fixed. It's not
Yeah.
Hey, it's a brand new one.
Nuh-uh, compared to, okay.
Sign language. No beeps for that one.
Video, we'd have to blur that out.
It'd be a little blur.
Yeah, a little blur.
Cool.
What do you think, Jake? What'd you like? What'd you enjoy?
The most amazing thing I saw was Justin King eating 5+ sushi rolls.
Yeah, what was the count on that? What was the total count?
Well, I don't know, because the last,
How many did you order? Let's
I
start with
ordered
that.
3.
He ordered 3.
That was
He
easy.
ate those in 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Fastest sushi eater I've ever
He
seen.
ate some shrimp before.
Okay,
He
so
did crab rangoon, yeah.
yep, crab rangoon.
And then whatever else they ate were partials, so it's hard to tell.
Well, they look pretty full.
If I had to guess, it was
Somewhere between
5 and 6 rolls.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you feeling?
Well, not
Ready-
bad, actually.
Ready to go for a run?
Ready to go, yeah.
Yeah.
Ready to go for a run.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
If Seth is big shooter, I nominate Justin to be Justin Yum Yum King.
Okay. Yeah,
There we go.
I mean, I'm down with that.
We'll
Yeah.
have to tell that story without the language. but-
Not the weirdest nickname I've ever had.
Yum yum. Well, yeah, y'all want to tell a story? Might as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
We're talking about it.
So we're sitting there eating, of course, and Brian and I are just stupid for some reason. I don't know why. We always are. And he's like, look, he's like, there's some yum yum sauce over there. And for whatever reason, Justin had his back to us and we were acting like we were going to put it over there and say, here, the waiter put it over there for us. But I'm like, nah, I just hit him on the side. I just go, hey man, I said, you want some yum yum sauce? And he goes, you interrupted my effing conversation for effing yum yum sauce. And he looked at me like it was my wife looking at me. He gave me the dirtiest look. He was so mad. I was defeated. I was like, I hung my head. I was like, but it's yum yum sauce.
It's good stuff.
It was very funny.
What about our heater that looked like?
Yeah, I don't think we should go there. Yeah. I would like to release this episode. I really don't think we should go there.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we could just for fun, and then I'll just edit it all out if you want to. But
No,
yeah,
it'll
that's
get on
not.
the internet somehow.
Yeah, that's not something that we can air.
But on a serious note, I agree with Mo about Kayla's presentation. And a lot of it has to do with the fact we've got an OSHA inspection coming up in December. And she raised a lot of good points about what we gotta get ready for. So,
Yeah, how do you know you got an OSHA?
we scheduled it.
Okay.
It's a free thing. OSHA will come out, and inspect your shop, give you a list of what you got to fix and tell you how much time you got to fix it and figure out how much money you got to spend to fix it.
Oh yeah, we had that earlier this
Yeah.
year. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean that's a good service. Yeah, how would you set that service up?
You just contact OSHA and say, we want I think they call it a mock inspection.
Okay.
And they'll schedule and they want to come out in the middle of summer, which is a busy season. So
Mhm.
can you come in the winter? We give us a chance to get everything kind of straightened out.
Yeah.
So,
And when'd you say they're coming?
December 10th, I think.
Okay. So December 11th, you'll be looking for a job. How about you, Justin? What'd you enjoy?
I also
Enjoyed the steel class.
I thought the battery stuff was interesting, because whether we like it or not, it's gonna get there at some point. And that was the first I'd heard of the claim that their batteries can last 7 to 10 years. That's a bold claim.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But if it's true, I mean, it makes the upfront cost seem a little bit better.
It kind of offsets some.
Yeah.
Chris Eden, the territory manager where I'm at in Nebraska, he he had a price chart that kind of compared it over, like, say it was like 5 years, and it was like apples to apples by the time you do fuel and oil and, you know, anything, you know, carburetor parts, air filters, things like that, so.
Well, that's what he said when we were out there talking to him. He said 5 years, he said. Well, actually, I didn't even think he said it was that long. I mean, he said it was a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, I was just throwing a number.
No,
out.
I know.
I could find the document, but,
You have it with you?
yeah, I keep it in my back pocket.
I mean, it seems like things like if that's true, longevity, they've kind of taken care of. Power, seems like these battery tools have good power. I think the biggest thing will be weight for some of these tools. So, but it'll get there. I mean, but I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, definitely the backpack and the weight. I don't.
Yeah.
That's something. It's gonna be hard to. We'll have a hand truck with a battery rolling it around for a backpack.
I mean, he did say that though. He said, you know, if we get these high amp hour batteries, then they do get a little heavy. So at least they know it and they're honest about it too.
Now the freezer's off. It's great.
Sorry.
Just working poor Chad to death here, having him unplug everything in his break room.
Plug it back in before you leave.
Yep.
Yeah, that water fountain might go off too.
Yep. Might as well just unplug it while you're unplugging stuff.
Oh man.
The time clock strike 12?
Yeah. Oh boy.
Turned on as soon as I got a drink.
How about you, Brown? What did you enjoy today?
Mine was the Kohler one. It was really interesting to see, and I was talking I think to you about it afterwards. You know, that's the direction things are going outside. If it's not battery powered, it's fuel injection, and you can't, you know, diagnose a fuel injection system with map sensors, crank sensors, all that stuff. It's not something you can just do on the fly. So being able to see the tool, have it all explained, and how you went over the diagnostics that you can do without the tool, that was really nice to see. And he did a really good job doing that too, Mike.
Yeah, I would love to get him back out in our local area and watch that presentation again. Because, yeah, being able to view the live data and stuff, I mean, that's really
nice.
cool.
I mean, seeing the barometric pressure, all that stuff, it was, I mean, it's all in that little Bluetooth deal. It was really neat.
Well, they gave us the app last year when they were here.
You got the app
Mhm.
last year?
I mean, that was Club Car, wasn't it?
No, it was Kohler.
Yeah. I
Well, it's
must
the
have.
Kohler app.
I went to Club Car in August.
But it was Club Car, right? They were talking about it, or was it?
No, well, there's a special Club Car engine for all the Kohlers, or
Yeah, right.
all the Club Cars. There's a Kohler
Right,
engine.
yeah, I thought it was Club Car that was here talking about that. But yeah, either way, it's a neat app and all the live data.
Yeah,
you
so
can
what
get.
does the app do?
Well, yeah, you need the thing to plug in order to get it to read
Okay.
the diagnostics.
Gotcha.
You can go in there, all the videos.
Or on the
They
app?
have, oh yeah, they have
Okay.
all kinds of training videos. and-
Well, that's the other thing now on their YouTube channel. I didn't know that they have what's it called, Kohler University on YouTube, and they've got all these videos to help you diagnose all this stuff too. So it's nice that they're putting that information out there and not just keeping it. You know, you don't have to buy a 50-page service manual or.
Yeah,
On
no, that's really
the
good
app,
stuff.
without it being hooked up to Bluetooth, it has the manual for that engine. You scroll through to pick your engine, and then it has all kinds of icons, and the manual for it is right there. And it's got like pin wiring and all that good stuff.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
I
Yeah,
got it.
I mean, that's worth getting the app just for that.
Yeah, it is.
I got a trivia for you guys. What's the new name of Kohler?
Yeah, I don't know how you would pronounce
Relco,
Relco,
it. Relco?
REHLKO.
and isn't it Kohler with just they jumbled the words?
Yeah, they just scrapped the words up, but
Yeah.
I guess they're trying to get away from the bathroom stuff. I don't know.
I don't know, I thought it was pretty funny that,
What did Tim Krieger say?
Yeah, made the bathroom joke from the
He said
color
he's gotta
guy.
go work on some toilets or something.
Yeah.
Work on some sinks, faucets.
Some American Standard man.
And as the guy, it was funny because as he said that, the guy was walking past me. He's like, I hear it all the time, all the time. He just kept walking. He didn't even miss a beat. He just kept going.
Yeah, I'm sure he gets tired of
I didn't
The
think he
same
acted like he
jokes.
was tired of it. He's just
over and over again.
Yeah, I hear it all the time, all the time. Old joke.
It was new to us though.
It was a dad joke.
Yeah, how cool is it that Tim Krieger comes over and
Every year,
and
Every
tells the technicians they're the most important group?
he's never missed a beat.
Yeah.
No.
ever.
Whether he believes it or not, he does it, you know, I mean, it's
Every time.
awesome.
He sells it
I
well.
think it's, yeah.
Well, you know, and the
Yeah.
nice part is, like I said, now they just can walk right back past the parking lot where we were at this year.
Mhm.
What'd you guys think about the new place?
It was good. I think that, you know, growing pains maybe, just with the microphone cutting in and out, and then maybe having monitors maybe or something closer for the back guys. Because I think that I didn't sit in the back, I was in the front, but I thought maybe it was hard to see from the back when I did stand back there.
We did get spoiled over at Market Common
100%.
because there was like 10 screens in there that you could just set everything up on. And you know, most of the time that's enclosed. I mean, the area we're in now is so open, you can't really do it without the microphone.
Right.
But I thought it was nice. I liked it. I mean, I like the fact that we're right there at the convention center. I mean, that's instead of having to drive all the way from Market Common over, you know, plus I think it'll be easier to find. I mean, that one at Market Common's kind of buried back in there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of going back to what Tim Krieger said there. He was talking about how special it is, and I agree with him. You know what you guys have here at TTAC, and you know how many people you get to attend all this. It's awe inspiring. I mean, I'm happy in our area if we get 40 guys or 30. It's awesome, but the education that you guys are able to provide is great, and that's why I come down here every year.
Yeah, it's awesome. When I first started going, we probably had about 40, 60 guys. I mean, it's double. You know, it's good. I mean, I love it. I love it. It's my favorite time of the year right now. You know, when everybody comes down and we can all just have fun.
Oh, yeah, it's so much fun.
You know, and you have the classes and stuff, and I mean, it's a lot of work, but I mean, to me, it's just fun because you get to do all the work with all your friends and stuff.
But the sad thing is, how many people from Myrtle Beach are here?
I mean, if I had to count, I would say there was probably 10, maybe at the most 15, but I don't think it was that many. I think it was probably about 10.
And
That's-
how many courses are down there?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
100
ridiculous.
Yeah.
or more.
I mean, yeah, from North Carolina down to, say, Pawleys Island, I mean, there's got to be 100 golf courses easy.
So you've got education. You just walk out your back door and you're there pretty much, and you got people traveling from a long ways away to come do it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It just goes to show you, man. You can lead a horse to water, you can't make them drink. That's what I said. For the longest time, I tried to get guys to come out and have a chapter here in Myrtle Beach because, I mean, with the amount of people that we have, we could do exactly what we do here every year. We could do, you know, we could spread it out over the year, do, you know, how many classes, 5 classes. I mean, anybody would come and do a class for that many people. You know, we could do amazing things, and nobody wanted to do it. I couldn't get anybody to come out. Hell, I invited like guys just to go to lunch. Nothing. I was the only one that showed up.
How about
Lunch?
How about the 2 guys that came from South Jersey and Pennsylvania?
He's helping all those guys.
Well, no, I mean, that's
those guys,
awesome, man.
Yeah,
It is.
but I will say from last year was my first meeting or conference to this year being my second one. What I learned from the conference and the trade show, being able to apply it throughout the year and adding on to it, I mean, tenfold on what I've learned.
It was just inspiring to go there and see all those people gathered together with a common goal to be better at what our job is. I mean, that's what we're all trying to do is hone our profession and, you know, be as good as we can be. And I mean, when you see that amount of guys come out together at one time, I mean, even though they leave after the awards, but
Well, you can come down here and not go to a single class, and just the networking, you can go back to your course and and you can learn a bunch just from talking to people.
you know, that's why I never like for the golf, I say it every year. I don't ever put a team in. Like I'm friends with a bunch of guys. I mean, I could get a whole bunch of the guys to play with, but I like to play with a different group each year. I mean, you know, you get to meet other people and just have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the best place to really get to know somebody when you're not in like some type of working environment or professional environment. You know, you're just out trying to have fun, and that's why I enjoy it. The golfing side of it, anyway. I'm terrible, but you're gonna stay a week over there.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
It's not what he asked.
No, but I'm about to doze off myself.
I didn't know you were that boring, did you, Chad?
I did. I did know.
Yeah, put us right to sleep. Yeah, Mo, how did you find out about us?
So before me in my position, my then assistant superintendent was the mechanic. And he went, because he's been in since high school, playing golf at that golf course. And my superintendent, Todd Baker, he's been like a member for like 40 years or something. And he told me about it, and my assistant was like, yeah, it's a great time. But when I came, I just came by myself. So like the networking and everything, I met you. I discovered your podcast like a couple months before. So that got me in, and then the WhatsApp group after that like blew it open. And
The
then
rest
here we
is
all are.
history.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of the show?
After
said
you
your
found
favorite part.
the WhatsApp group. That's a good question. I mean,
That was your question.
Yeah, of course, it was a good question I come up with. Yeah.
Don't hit the
right.
table.
Yeah, I got the sound effect right here. It's D. I just got to remember. So, yeah, y'all want me to do an impersonation again of that? Steel was really good. Steel's always really good. Always enjoy that. I was surprised, though, that so many people raised their hand and said they greased the needle bearing, yeah, on the clutch drum of their chainsaws. And I'm sure some people do that, but I don't think there's a lot of people doing that.
He called it out right there.
Yeah.
I can't believe we have all these liars.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed to admit that I don't do it.
Yeah, no, I've never done it. I didn't know it was a thing.
I didn't either.
I've replaced the needle bearing
sure.
even,
I didn't
but
put
I didn't
grease on
know.
it, but I put like PB Blaster or something on it.
Okay.
Where's the
But
needle
that
bearing?
chain guard thing, the chain catch,
Where's the needle bearing?
I didn't know that. Like,
Really?
it could be like,
Yeah.
In the clutch.
In the drum.
Take the drum off your needle bearings
He
inside.
didn't even know where it was. I guess he's never greased it. I'm pretty sure I saw him with his hand up today, too.
I was sleeping. No. I think I was in the shower.
Did you say you were sleeping?
Oh, that's probably when you were in
I
the
was probably
shower.
in the shower then.
Man, you really are getting
Oh my
close to
God.
retirement.
Did you hear about that one?
No.
So I come over late because I had to go get blood work, pull in. Jake's walking out through. I'm like, where are you going, man? He goes, man, my shower takes 20 minutes to warm up. He goes, I didn't have time to get a shower this morning. He goes, I'm going back to the room to get a shower now. He goes, I'm just going to let it run until it gets hot. He goes, I took a cold shower yesterday. I'm not taking one today.
But yeah, I don't blame you there. Life's too short to take a cold shower. Yes. No.
that's why I like hotels,
Another
That's
one.
not good.
unlimited hot showers.
Mm.
He's at a hotel.
It felt good today.
Yeah, it's an unlimited hot shower if you let it warm up for 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we've only been going 30 minutes. We've got a long way to go here.
Well, you know what you ought to do is tell his story about getting locked out of the room when he got here.
Did you hear about that one?
Oh, yeah, that's a good story.
Yeah?
Yeah, we can share that story.
Yeah, so I got a Airbnb or something, and me and Chad were hanging out in there. I got all my bags up there, and then Jake gets a hold of him and says, hey, let me ride with you. So we're like, well, shit. Sorry, cursing, but so we said, we gotta go down and get the golf bag. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna leave my phone up here in charge, so I'll text you my room code, or the code to the door. So I text that to Chad. We go down there, come back up, and the code won't work, and there's no way to get in. So we try and get ourselves locked out even further. The keypad won't even work at that point. And so I'm like, all right, well, I'll just go down to the lobby. Surely she can get a hold of somebody, because my phone's in the room. I can't get a hold of the owner. And so she says, well, it's a private residence. We don't have their information. We have no way of getting hold of them. So at this point, these guys leave. Jake
Oh, we
and Chad.
did. Don't you remember we were up there knocking on the door?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you tell that part of the story.
So we're up there, we're knocking on doors. I said, because the balcony, they're real close together. I said, well, maybe we can just, his balcony, the lock didn't work to lock the balcony. So they just put this little latch on it. Well, when we went out of the room, we left it unlatched for whatever reason. He's like, well, nobody's going to break in. So So I'm like, I'm in my mind, I'm thinking, well, maybe I can just step across from one to the other.
This is on the 14th story.
So I'm like, if it's not real far, I said, we can just step across. So we go back up to the room. I'm like, come on, let's go up. We're just going to knock on doors till somebody opens and we'll let us in. So the room to the right, there were no lights on. The room to the left, there was lights on. So I'm standing there knocking on the door. All of a sudden the elevator opens up and these people come walking out, walk right to the door. I go, perfect. I was just knocking on your door. And they're all like, oh my God, just let it go. And I'm like, look, do you care if I come in your room? And I said, we're locked out of here. I said, can I come in your room and just go see how far it is from balcony to balcony? And the girl was like, oh my God, no. And the dude's like, yeah, come on. So I go walking in the room, go walking back through him and he opens up the balcony. I go, look, I'm like, oh. I said, there's no way I could do that because the wall is just real thin, but they have like a T, so that you can't do exactly what I wanted to do. So I come walking back out and I go, yeah, I said, I don't think I could do it. Well, no, you're not doing it. Absolutely not. And then we leave.
Yeah, they left, and so then I ended up having to call a locksmith because I had to get in the room. And I had no other choice. And I couldn't get a hold of nobody. So I'm thinking he can just pick the lock and be in business. Well, he gets up there and he immediately goes, oh. And I'm like, that can't be good. And he said, yeah, these things are new, and they're like, he said, I can't get into this. I'm like, okay, well, I guess if you have to drill it out, like, what do you know, I got to get in there. So then there's these 2 lock boxes right below it for like the maids or whatever. I said, well, he starts drilling on the main lock, the expensive one. And I said, whoa, wait a minute, let's drill these out first. He's like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. I was like, I'm not the locksmith. What, like, this is, you should have thought of that before I did. So he ends up drilling one open. We get it open. The key doesn't work. I'm like, oh, this is going great. 50-50 shot. We're already wrong. And so he gets the other one. It's a newer version, so it takes him like 10 minutes. He drills all over it. It won't open. Then he gets a pair of screwdriver and breaks it open. And that key finally let me in. And I ended up charging me like $250, $300 somewhere in there. That I'm gonna try to get reimbursed for. We'll see. I mean,
Well, yeah. What about the lock boxes?
They'll have to replace them. I got a hold of the owner once I got in there, and they were like, "Well, why didn't you call us?" I said, "Well, I wish I could have, but my phone was in the room, locked up,
Which was the funny part, because he was going to take it along. Because he goes, so we were getting ready to leave, and he goes, my phone needs charged. He goes, I'm really funny about making sure it's charged all the time. And I go, well, just leave it in here, just text me the code. And I'm thinking in my mind, I have a terrible memory. If I look at a number and then I go to type it in again, I'll have to look back and forth like 7 times. And even though it was only 6 numbers, I would have had to keep looking back and forth to get it. But he's just like, oh, I got it. And he texted to me, and I'm thinking, man, that was awfully quick to know those 6 numbers. And I'm like, okay. So we go down and come back up, and it wouldn't work, and the code wouldn't work. And I'm thinking, are you sure you put, no, man, I looked right at him. I know I put them in right. But we blamed it on Jake, so it don't matter. If he wouldn't have arrived, I don't know how he thought he was going to fit into Mini Cooper anyway. The clubs would barely fit in the back.
Yeah, so like after the locksmith and all that stuff, I get a hold of people finally, and so all they did was they reset the code. They took the old one out, put the new one in, and it started working again. So we have no idea what happened. I don't know. And yeah, the lock boxes, they just said they'll have to replace them. I mean, it's not a big deal, but that was the cheap alternative compared to that, I don't know, $400 touchpad lock thing they have.
I don't know, but I tell you what, he took it way better than I would have. I was dying laughing, but it was because I wasn't in that situation. Probably if I'd have been in that situation, I don't think I would have handled it as well as he did.
I can't wait till Jordan Roth here, just because we had problems with my rental car down in Utah. So he had to rent it, and he said, I tried to get him to come down here, and he said, I'm not letting you rent a car. You're bad luck. So I guess I'm bad luck.
Yeah, it continues.
It was pretty funny.
It was.
You took it like a champ, though, man.
Well, what was I gonna do? Get mad? Like there was nothing to be mad about.
I'm sure there was. You were locked out of your room. Your phone was in there. Jake made us freaking.
Yeah, it's always my fault.
I had my wallet. I was okay. I could have went and got like dinner. I'd been all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, of all things to have, I had my wallet, not the thing I needed to get in the room.
That was too much.
It was a good time. So basically, what we're saying, Jake, is you owe me $300.
Jake, Bitcoin?
Cash check or charge?
Take Bitcoin, I'll hook you up.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Jake is our honorary that guy on the crew.
Yeah.
What I love about Task Tracker is they're constantly innovating and listening to their users. They've added dozens of updates to make our job easier. One new feature is the ability to upload manuals to the equipment. All you have to do is scan the equipment QR code and you have the manual and all other information at the tip of your fingers. You can even create links to those manuals in the work orders, and it goes directly to the page that you need. Make your life a lot easier and check them out at asbtasktracker.com. Let's get back to the episode. Well, what about trade show floor? Anything interesting?
It was a little bigger, I think, this year than last year.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
there's
there was
more.
a few more vendors.
Yeah,
How
more
about
space.
this?
I'm waiting.
Ori Georgetown won the turf bowl again,
Oh,
5
nice.
years straight.
think it's rigged?
Don't think so. Those guys are pretty smart.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying they're
Charles,
not.
since Charles Granger's been there, I think it's, what they say, 10 years or 11 years. He's won 10 of the 9 years they've won the turf bowl.
And you don't think it's rigged? It's in Myrtle Beach.
I'm thinking we get an investigation.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna ask the question, what's the turf?
You don't know what the turf bowl is?
I don't know what the turf bowl is.
Quiz bowl.
So all the
thing for
colleges, they have like a competition for all the colleges. Like you saw, NC State, Clemson, they
I
were
saw
all
the
Yeah.
kids there today.
Yeah, they all have a competition, and they ask them questions, and they have to answer the questions, and whoever answers the most correctly or whatever,
Wow.
they win the turf bowl. So what happens is they have one at our level, so whoever wins this one gets to go to national, where they do at the national show, and that's where all the schools are that won.
Cool.
Yeah, so they've won 5 years in a row. Well, I guess they said they tied last year, but that's a win in my book.
It's like the debate team of turf
Yeah,
bowl.
yeah, I think there's like 5 or 6 of them on
Cool.
a team.
I never heard of it before.
Oh yeah, they do it every year.
Wow. Wonder where I was. Sleeping. At a
Whose
brewery,
belly was that?
drinking.
Is it yours?
Yeah, it was mine, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely Justin.
As soon as I heard it, I knew.
Had to
Did that come up? I hope that came on the mic.
Probably did.
It was pretty loud. It was like,
Oh, man.
I don't think that was his belly.
bathroom's right there, right through the wall.
So,
I thought the trade show was a little bigger. Last year, I don't remember them going all the way to the wall. Like, I thought they were
Yeah, I
at
think
least
it was-
one row
I think
over
you're
from
right,
the wall.
there was some empty space.
On
yeah.
either side, I think it was. And last year, all of the dealers had a large booth, whereas Jacobson and Toro just have smaller booths this year. John Deere still has a pretty big one, but the other two only have a smaller booth. So small that Mike couldn't bring his van in.
Is that really why he didn't bring it?
No, he has it here. He just didn't park it in there. I think he has it here anyway. That's what he said.
I thought he said something about driving a car, but maybe that was him
Yeah.
joking.
No,
He
he
might-
said he had the van.
He might have drove the
Yeah.
car, but he couldn't. If he did, it was because he couldn't put the van in there
Okay.
because the booth wasn't as big. Because I said to him, we were joking around when I was standing there. Jake and I were standing there talking to him. I said, "Well, you should make a little golf cart, like a mini, like he has a mini grinders. You can put the mini grinders in the mini golf
No,
cart,
that would be really cool.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I would like that.
That would be neat.
They might need to see if they're hiring for the marketing team. I mean, that's a great idea.
Full of them, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Mike and Chad traveling the country. Oh boy.
In Grindzilla. Mini grinds. I'll drive mini grinds.
Mark's, or,
I look like
Mark's
McGill
like,
Gorilla.
our sales tanking, what's going on?
I look like McGill Gorilla driving the golf cart.
Yeah.
Yeah, did y'all see any new products on the trade show floor?
They had the Firefly there.
Yeah, the
Yes.
Firefly was nice.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about the Firefly. All right, good talk.
I didn't see it, so.
Well, I didn't really talk to him. I just saw it was sitting there. I mean, I've seen videos of it and stuff. The thing looks amazing.
I don't know what the Firefly is.
I don't either.
Autonomous mower.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
fairway
But the
mower.
big one.
Okay.
You know, it's
Yeah,
not like a
It's a 5-gang mower.
That's not stuff either, I'll have to check it out tomorrow.
You probably wouldn't even notice what it was. It looks like
Yeah,
a
you know
robot.
me, if it's not green, I ain't looking at it.
Well, it's just sitting there. It's like it's kind of. So what I saw was it's all the way. If you walk in the front door where we walk in, it's in the back left corner.
Yeah, I didn't make it back there.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
all the way in the back.
I'll have to go check it
There was a
out.
bunch of people around it when I walked past there. I mean, I didn't stop and talk to them. Like I said, I've seen videos and stuff online, but I mean, it's pretty cool.
It looked pretty nimble and quick in the video that they had.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, seeing it in person, like I haven't ever seen it in person. It looked a lot smaller than what it looks like on the videos. Like it looks pretty
Yeah.
big on the videos, and seeing it in person, it looked fairly small.
But it's like a totally different beast than the Crest or the Husqvarna or some of the other ones that they've had out there, the little vacuum cleaner looking mowers.
I thought the reels were interesting.
Yeah, I didn't even.
Their adjustments. So
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's a fixed bed knife, but kind of like a QA7 or something. Does Toro have any fixed bed knives now? They
Not
don't,
that I'm
do they?
aware of. I've never seen one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know of.
I want to say back in the day they had something that was fixed. I don't remember what it
Well,
was, but
Yeah, I'm not sure.
anyway, yeah. So fixed bed knife. So the reel adjusts to the bed knife, and it was a click system. The guy said 65 tenths per click.
Wow.
Toro's 7 tenths or whatever. So, and John Deere's 5 tenths. So they wanted it in the middle, I guess. I don't know.
I'm surprised they went with the fixed bed knife. I wonder why they did that.
I don't.
Was it a 7-inch cutting unit?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I say that. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, 'cause that's what John Deere is with their big ones, but.
When the guy did say that, so it had a JRM reel and a JRM bed knife, but it's Toro dimensions. So you could put a Toro in it if you wanted to, or Toro bed knives.
Well, that's kind of nice then, yeah, if you got a little bit of versatility to them. If you're an all Toro or something, then you could just transfer parts or.
Yeah, and then, I don't know, it's definitely a little different because it's more like a QA7 because the front roller is adjustable, with positions, but the height of cut's adjusted from the rear roller. So, I don't know, a little different. It's like a combo between a Toro and a Deere.
One question that I've kind of had about these autonomous mowers is, say you do come across like a ball marker or something, especially a real mower. I mean, is that just something that's going to get hit? And I guess it'd be no different than, the operator hitting something, but the operator might be able to see that on the next pass that, is that, I've not been around it, so I guess I'm asking a question, but is that something that mower can see or sense or?
Toro came out with a video on one of the emails for golf course industry, and they were talking about their next iteration of the triplex having cameras and lasers or some kind of technology that would have a visual on stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's on their mind at least. That's good to hear.
Yeah, it's like, is it LiDAR that does that
Probably,
or
yeah,
something?
yeah.
Yeah, where,
Yeah.
like my 3D printer has got that LiDAR, so if, something happens with the print, it'll stop it.
Oh, yeah, it has to be something like
Basically
that.
the same technology, I guess.
Or sprinkler heads.
Yeah, can it tell a sprinkler head's up?
I hope
Just mow
so.
right over it.
Oh, boy, that could be a mess. Yeah.
But the one thing I did notice, there was no contact, and it was super easy to spin the reel. Like,
Yeah, 'cause electric motor,
Mhm.
I think, no hydraulic pressure.
Yeah, because we use the 2550 John Deere's, and they're pretty easy, but this one was just, I don't know if it was because it was brand new, but it felt nice to spin it.
Mhm.
Until you get your finger.
And I did ask the guy, and they said light contact. But I guess, if it's based on a Toro cut.
Maybe they didn't adjust it.
So,
Well, for
it's
the show, they probably don't have them. I mean, I would think they wouldn't have it adjusted to cut paper at the show.
We'll have to go back tomorrow with our little slips.
Yep. See if it'll
Go
cut
down
or
to
not.
Go down to the Tic-Tac booth. There's plenty of.
That's a real test right there.
Well, I did ask him if it would fit on a lift because it looks really wide,
Oh.
but he said it would.
So how does that work? I wonder. How do you get it on the lift?
That I don't know.
I think there's a remote for it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a remote or if
Oh.
you like stand on the back.
Okay.
'Cause
It
for
has
some
a
reason-
PlayStation controller.
Yeah, okay.
Interesting.
No, wait, that was another one. My bad. Sorry.
There's either way. There's got to be a way.
They probably all do.
Yeah, I don't know that I got that. No,
Darn it.
not that one. I have to get that sound effect. I get it on here for 2025 at the beach.
There you go.
Yeah.
New sound effect.
Yep, it'll debut 1 year from today.
But yeah, I did see a PlayStation controller for one of them, where you had to move it from fairway to fairway or rough to rough between holes.
That was probably this one, wasn't it? Because
No, it was, I can't remember the name, but it was like a purple blue one that he said Site 1 is going to be the distributor.
You guys see that one? I don't even know what it was. I didn't get a chance to look at it closely, but the smaller one that was on tracks.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
The Rhino?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a rough mower.
Okay, that's what I figured. But people were around it, and I wanted.
But it wasn't autonomous, it was remote control.
Yeah, it's always remote control. But that looked pretty cool.
Yeah, because Mike Rollins was saying that I think Clint McKee at Big Cedar has one or something at the new course they've got there.
Well, what's the benefits of having,
Well, because if you got real steep slopes, it's got the tracks to be able to go up and down it.
what's the difference if you have an operator or not?
well, if
Safer.
if it flips over and there's
Nobody
not an
on it.
operator on it, it might be safer. Just a
Well, no, I'm
wild
just saying,
guess.
no, I understand
It
that.
might
but I
have
mean,
an
I don't-
operator on
I
it,
don't know
and
what
they're
the-
like, hey, watch this.
I don't know what the benefit would be of it, like, I mean, I would wait.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Other
like
than
they're-
that-
like
other
they're
than
saying,
that-
safety, you don't
But I mean,
have
that would
to
be the only
put
application.
anybody
That would be the only
Yeah.
application that you would think it would be useful with a remote,
Well, right, but I think that's what it is. Or maybe even around ponds and stuff, you know.
I guess.
There's the guy that, wanted to cross balconies on the 14th story, so it's safe.
Yeah, right, yeah. All about safety. About safety.
Kayla and I were talking about that today, about safety and safety glasses. We were saying how I was telling her, she was telling me some stories, and I was telling her some stories, and I was like, yeah, I said, I've done a few stupid things, and I used to work in a garage, and I never wore safety glasses. I was just, you know how you are when you're young, you're just dumb, and we used to do exhaust.
I know, I'm still young. I still don't wear some particular glasses like I should.
I just squint my eyes a little bit. I can see better that way.
Safety squid.
Yeah. So I was cutting the exhaust off of this car, and on the muffler clamp, you cut on either side of it, hit it with a hammer, and it would break it right off, and you could cut the pipe out or whatever. So it's dark, it's nighttime, and I'm in there blowing. I don't have any safety glasses or nothing on, and I hit the air to, blow the lava out, and all I see is this freaking molten lava coming right at my face. And luckily, you have a quick reaction when stuff's coming at your eye, and I closed my eye real quick, and it landed literally across the opening in my eye. With my eye closed, I had a burn on the top and the bottom. It burned my eyelashes and everything off. And I said, from that day forward, I wear safety glasses no matter what. I'm so big on safety glasses now. I'm like, if my guys come in the shop and help, and they're doing something, blowing or grinding or anything, I'm like, hey man, get your safety glasses on. I said,
Yeah,
only get one.
you're lucky for sure.
Oh, I know. And that was Kayla said, that was your one warning. I said it was, and I took it. I said, ever since then, I said, I never did it again without safety glasses. I said, that was really close. Really close. There was another one I told her too, but I don't remember that one.
We're dying to know.
I don't remember. I'm old. Remember that one. Oh, I know what it was. Because we started talking about the chainsaws. Because they were doing the steel thing, and she was saying that her guys at her shop, there was an old guy that doesn't wear chaps and stuff, and they finally talked him into wearing them. I said, well, one of my good friends, he has a tree business, and I said I'd always help him and stuff, we always wore gloves and a hard hat and safety glasses, but we never wore chaps or anything, and he always climbed the trees and stuff, and I'm down there cutting a log or something up, and I was undercutting it, and it started to pinch the saw, and I pulled it out real quick, and when I did, it came down and hit. At that time I wore blue jeans. Luckily it hit my blue jeans, tore 3 holes in my blue jeans, but never got my leg. I mean, it was so close.
Yeah. Wow.
They're worth it for sure.
What's that?
The shaft.
Blue jeans?
Yeah. Yeah, blue jeans, yeah.
I mean, they were in style then. I washed them and the holes kept getting bigger, and I should have kept them and sold them.
People make good money for that.
I could have got a couple $100 for them
At
nowadays.
least.
Especially butts all worn out from sitting on them all the time.
What else?
Look at the OSHA things that she was talking about. their incident reports.
Oh, yeah, I was actually curious
Oh,
about that.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know they put those online.
You know, she's really smart.
Oh, yeah.
She is just,
So for people that weren't there, since we're doing a podcast, during her class, she was talking about
Who's she?
Kayla, sorry. She was talking
For the
about
people
how.
that were there.
Yeah.
we're doing a podcast.
Yeah, you know. So she was, for her guys, she goes on the OSHA website and gets the incidences that kind of are related to what they do at the golf course. And she puts them on the break room tables, I think is what she said.
Periodically.
Yeah. Which is, I think is an eye opener. That's kind of cool.
So that the stuff, she said, so that the stuff that she tells them, she thinks they're not just telling them for just to be a jerk, so that they can see that that stuff really does happen.
When I thought Mark was good showing the hamburger meat, you know, and really driving it home. Like,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you get a chainsaw cut, this is what it's going to look like.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, there's not any sewing this back together. Because, yeah, there's nothing there to sew together. 'Cause
It's
it
not a
rips it
clean
all
cut.
up. Yeah. These microphones are really sensitive.
Did it hear me?
Oh, yeah. That's my belly. Yes.
Oh, it was growling.
Giggling, it'd be an hour of giggling.
You awake over there, buddy?
Barely.
Oh, I'm barely hanging on.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of the trade show, Jake?
The hose reel, the hose cart,
The $1,700 hose cart.
$1,700 hose cart,
That you could.
bulletproof,
Bulletproof.
bulletproof,
The
Okay.
hose or the cart?
the whole assembly.
Oh, he was so excited about that thing. He's like, look at that, man. Justin's like, I just made one, man.
Yeah, I made one too. I bought the hose reel and I bought a trailer from Northern for $300.
That's what we got. And a piece of plywood.
I didn't even do plywood. I just hose reel straight to the trailer.
Fits straight on the frame.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, when I started, all of ours were on plywood, which is all rotten now after 14 years. And the last one we did with decking material. What do you call that?
I like Trex or something.
Yeah, Trex. We used Trex to put down the deck and then bolted it in.
They're working pretty good.
Yeah, works good. And I figured out that the frames break on the reels
Mm-hmm.
because there's no support for them. So I mounted a shelf bracket to the deck and to the frame. And so no more flex, no more breaking the frames. Works great.
Nice. Yeah, the Northern trailers I cut the axle in half and extended it so I could put golf cart tires on it.
Oh.
You know, the wider tires.
Yeah,
that's what
'cause
this
they come
trailer
with
had.
those super skinny ones.
Yeah, that's what this had, was a big wide tires.
Yeah, like that set up.
But it had where you hook the hose up, instead of being inside the frame of the reel, it actually has a curved section that comes out right to the edge, so you can just screw your hose on and start wrapping it instead of having to feed it inside and hook it with that little stupid hook that always comes undone.
That's awesome. Yeah, who had that?
Right
Yeah,
inside
that-
the front door was.
You had to ask. H&H.
H&H.
Yeah, H&H, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw it. You said it's like right when you walk in the
Yeah,
front
right
door?
inside the front door, fire engine red.
Yeah.
What do you guys use for hoses on your hose carts?
I don't know. Cause, I mean, we keep buying hoses and they don't last no time at all.
Don't matter what you
Buying
get.
other hoses.
Red Underhill has lasted the best so far, but it's heavy.
It's heavy, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
heavy. But it turns out, all of them, the clear one, the green, the blue, have a lifetime warranty.
Really?
I didn't know, we'd already thrown a couple of them away before, and they got a
Yeah.
warranty.
Huh, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's good to know. Cause yeah, I don't know how many we've thrown away.
Thousands.
Yeah. Definitely thousands of dollars worth
Oh, yeah.
hoses, cause
Dude,
yeah,
that
it
stuff's
don't take
expensive.
long. Those things are, yeah, expensive. Yeah, I'll have to check into that. Well, you heard it here first, people. Lifetime warranty on
Well, it's from Jake, so.
Underhill hoses.
He pulls the flags out as he's driving across the
Somebody
road.
back, somebody back check.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we better not just hold that to fact. Yeah. Come on.
You may have heard it first.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely heard it first.
You heard it here.
You're never gonna hear it again.
Well, you definitely heard it.
Guaranteed consumer tips from Jake.
So what do you think about the tournament, the Eric Duncanson Memorial Tournament? You drove all the way from Georgia all the way over.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I definitely like coming to support TTAC and Benevolence Fund. I mean, it's great. And I mean, it's a bummer that,
Right.
you know, the weather and all that, the storms come through, and I heard a lot of people couldn't make it because of that, which I totally understand. So hopefully next year have a better turnout.
Yeah, was that good old Jake's golf course?
Yes, it was
Which
at
was in
Jake's golf
fantastic
course.
shape.
Mhm.
And it's at Justin's golf course next year.
Yep, yeah, not official yet, but we're working on it.
So here we go, Jake lied again. Yeah, I thought the golf course was great. I know it was just funny because he's like, oh man, everybody's gonna come up here and make fun of my crappy golf course. I'm like,
I don't know.
I'm like, who would do that? I said, nobody's gonna make fun of your course. First of all, it's not even crappy. I said, it's great. I said, I thought it was in awesome shape.
Yeah, the only thing we made fun of was the steak sandwich that Jake recommended.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
That was bad.
that was pretty bad. That was very bad. Man.
Oh, the night before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
At the restaurant,
Yeah.
everybody changed their mind and got the steak sandwich because he recommended it.
I had something picked out.
Yeah, we all did.
I know. You guys asked me and I said, I don't know, just everything's good.
Yeah, you
And
said
then-
everything
And
was
then I ordered a
good.
steak sandwich and everybody starts ordering steak sandwich. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yep, it was not good.
No, so it was made with real steak, and they sliced it, looked like with a knife, like maybe 1/4 inch strips, yeah?
Mhm.
And it was the toughest,
Oh, it was
Yeah,
bad.
it was
freaking
bad.
I didn't microwave
gristliest,
it.
the gristliest. You could, if you would bite into it, the whole piece of steak would come out of the bun, the whole, like 4 inches long. It was so bad. It was terrible.
I think it was microwave.
Yeah, and I think the bun was 3 times bigger than the steak.
Yeah, it was
And
bad.
It wasn't like it was a big bun.
It was bad.
about
So
a
we
piece of
know,
steak
we
on
should have
it.
known when Jake recommended it,
Yeah.
had we known.
Old Mr. Credibility himself.
Yeah.
Mr. Lifetime Hoses himself. It's on the podcast now. You can't erase it.
Somebody call Uber, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
You guys can have fun making fun of me.
Oh man, well that was the best part of the tournament. We were just having it was me, Justin, Jake, and Lee Carmichael, and oh my god, we were just cutting up the whole entire time. It was so much fun.
It was a blast.
Yeah, I might have to get golf clubs and
Oh, it's
see
just fun.
if I can do it one time.
It's just
I don't
fun
know.
cutting
Yeah.
up, man. It's just I just love just going and just like I'm not good, so it's to me it's funny when I talk smack to somebody else when they hit a bad shot because 9 chances out of 10 mine's gonna be worse. So
You can borrow mine if you need some clubs.
Okay.
you're not
All right.
left-handed probably.
Well, I mean,
If you've never golfed, I guess either.
yeah, it really don't matter. I don't think.
But you can always borrow mine, but I had an extra set at the house.
I did too, yeah.
Well, you gotta
Oh, there you
text,
go. When it's at his tournament, you can just come up.
you
You
gotta
get
text
Daniel
my
Bar-
golfing ability on number 2, and I said, you and Laura drove up in the beverage cart. I said, you watch, I'm gonna hit this so much right here. And damn if I didn't.
He hit it right where he said he was going to.
Just about
That's 10
200 yards shorter.
Yeah.
You can make it past the red tees.
It was so fun.
Yeah, that's
We had so much fun that day.
Chad and his Myrtle Beach dinosaur putter.
He was making fun of my putter. It's a 2-ball putter. I don't know what he was making fun of. He just didn't like it had it didn't have one of the fat grips on it. It just has a regular little grip on it.
It's funny.
okay.
It's almost the same as his putter. I don't know what he was talking about.
It's just funny to make fun of you.
It is funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I like when guys talk about their putters and compare their putters with each other.
Competition for sure.
Yeah, so really good.
I got real defensive about the size of his.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got a small putter. Trust me. Listen, can I tell you the funniest thing? So before we started playing, Justin had never played golf before, and he's going. You were there when we were at his shop. Remember, we're still walking around. He goes, man. He goes, I'm so excited to play golf. I've been watching YouTube videos for like weeks now, and I'm like, you've been watching videos? Yeah, man. And I was going to the range. Man, we get out there. I'll tell you what, he was hitting the crap out of the ball. I was
Really?
like, holy crap.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he
You
was
need to
really.
start watching some YouTube
Yeah,
videos.
no lie. Because he was hitting the ball 10 times better than I was. He was smoking them. I mean, he was hitting them out there really far. He was keeping up with Lee, and Lee's like a 4 handicap or something. Lee's really good.
But clarify, just my drives.
Right.
Well,
Everything else.
that's true. He must only watch dry videos. And
Yeah,
not
I didn't watch
chip
any iron videos.
Well, how about Lee eagled the last hole himself?
Yeah.
When he was
Jeez.
this far away from the longest drive.
Yeah. crazy.
That man can play.
Yeah, he's funny. He was at the JRM night. He's always so funny. Him and his buddies, this one guy, Rooster. That's what they call him out there. Every time they see me, they always laugh at each other. They're funny guys, good guys.
I think it's one of the great things about the industry. It's, you know, I mean, we have fun, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And how long have we known each other? I mean, not like that long. We didn't like, we
Right,
hang out
30
all the
years,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, you know. I mean, like we were in the army together or something, you know, for
Right.
4 years or something, you know. But yeah, just everybody you meet, you feel like you've known for a long time.
Yeah.
So
Without a doubt.
it's something special.
I was talking to Andrew today from Old Eleanor, and him and I were joking back and forth. We met briefly in Phoenix, but we were just sitting next to each other joking back and forth. You know, it's funny how we're cut from the same cloth, even though we come from a lot of different backgrounds, because you can crack a joke or two as long as they're willing to listen.
Yeah, I think, and I mean, there's always a few, I guess, but for the most part, you know.
As long as it doesn't involve yum sauce, it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you cross the line sometimes when you start talking about yum sauce and the guy's telling a story. I mean, jeez. What do you expect?
His face was the best, man. He was like, "You interrupted my conversation for effing yum sauce." He stared me down for like 30 seconds, and I was like, I think the hairs on the back of my neck stood up.
What hair?
If I had hairs,
That's
Oh,
good.
man.
the hairs that should be there were standing up.
But even that, you know, stay mad. Can't stay mad at Chad for too long.
He's fat and stupid. You just gotta go with it.
Oh, man.
He's all about self-positivity.
Yes. Yeah.
That's like Steve, my boss, always yells at me because I'm always my worst critic forever, and I'm sure we all are. But during the tournament, we had the PGA tournament here, and it was like a dream to have it. You know what I mean? To work at a golf course that hosted a tournament, and one of the team mowers was out there and blew a hydraulic hose, and I was just like, I mean, we tore it apart, got it repaired, got it back going again. But I came back into the shop, man. I closed the door. I'm in there. I'm half balling, and it's just like, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, how could I go and let something so stupid happen for something? I mean, it was, and you could see the hose was worn, like rusted. I'm like, how could I miss that? I'm going over this stuff for the 3 months, with a fine tooth comb, and I missed this. And, Tim Krieger and all of them were here. And, I mean, I get mad at myself, but I get over it. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm gonna quit my job or whatever. It's just I'm very disappointed in myself at the time, and they're all like, oh, it's all right, man. And Krieger told the story about when he had a leak at the golf course or whatever. And Steve, my boss, pulled me aside. He's like, hey man, he's like, you just gotta let it go. He goes, you gotta stop being so hard on yourself. And I'm like, I said, I'm fine, Steve. I said, it's just I'm disappointed in what happened. I said, I've been looking forward to this for how long. And then something like that happens, which is like, for me, it's a cardinal sin, and he's like, man, this place looks as good as it does because of you. And he said, it's, just let it go. I'm like, I'm good, I'm fine. And an hour later, I was fine. After I just got stopped pouting and whining. And
I mean, self-criticism is always the harshest form of criticism. We're all hard on ourselves, so
yeah,
that's probably why we're in our positions.
I guess.
Maybe why we accelerate.
I think mine has to do for my dad yelling at me all the time. I figured if I yelled at myself, and then maybe he wouldn't yell at me so much.
Doesn't really work that way though, does it?
No, never did. Yeah. I like those memes and stuff you see on Facebook and with the kids. You can tell these days they never had to hold their flashlight for their dad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, I'll never forget those days.
Oh my, you could never have that on the podcast. It would be just one long beep. My dad yelling at me with the flashlight. Over! And I'm not even gonna say it.
Hold it where I can see, boy, not where you can see. Yeah.
Well, I think my problem was I would never pay attention. I'd stand there and hold the light. I'd be looking, oh wow, look at that. And the next thing you know, the light's over here. I remember one time we were driving down the road and my dad, we were backing out of something and he turned around like this to back up, and one of my friends was in the car with us, And he leaned like this to look in the middle. My dad reached back and smacked him in the back of the head. And I go, you got smacked and it wasn't me this time.
I figured the next thing you're gonna say is your dad turned around and smacked you too.
He probably did.
Yeah.
I probably blocked that one out for laughing at him.
Yeah.
Oh, the good old days.
Are we ready to wrap it up?
What time is it? I mean, we could just go till tomorrow morning, pull an all-nighter.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
why not?
no. We only got, 28 minutes, but,
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm good.
Thanks for doing this, buddy.
No, thank you, Chad,
Thanks
for,
for hosting, Chad.
having us here.
Don't
And
forget to plug
thank
your feedback.
everybody else for being here.
Yeah, thanks for the invite.
And,
Yeah, thank you.
No, it's been fun. I mean, it's always fun, you
I
know?
wonder how this is gonna turn out.
I don't, the art of editing, it's amazing what you can do
Oh,
with the
man.
podcast.
Chad's
I don't
gonna,
wanna
you're
say-
gonna sound so good.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to sound the same idiot that I always sound. It's okay.
We'll see what the one microphone does and
Yeah.
me hitting mute so we don't get mic bleed as much.
Oh, is that what that button's for?
Yeah, that's why I hit that and mutes this mic.
Oh, okay.
And that's the biggest problem about recording in a room like this is mic bleed. And you basically have to manually go through and scrub each section. So it takes forever to edit one of these.
You think there would be something, like a program you could just go in and it would just go through and...
Well, like the software I use, it says mic bleed detected. Would you like to eliminate it? And you select yes, but it doesn't eliminate any of it. I don't understand why it even tells you. I mean, it's basically like telling you, you really screwed up and you're going to pay for this. Click yes to continue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to the Real Turf Techs podcast. I hope you learned something today. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have any topics you would like to discuss or you'd like to be a guest, find us on Twitter at Real Turf Techs. See you bye.